So, ball out of play on the near side. It'll be a TS Galaxy throw. Ethan Brooks wants to take quickly, it seems, but decides to leave for Sidat.
And you mentioned the goal scored. Look at Manlai Likati just before I mentioned that. Firmly fixed. This is how Orlando Pirates start, Dwayne. 3 draws, 1 win, and a loss.
In their last 5, yeah. And
that win against Stellenbosch is where they started bright and they scored early, and then they just moved on from that. Other than that, they've been stuck by finishing off the game whilst dominating the games now.
He's a 42-year-old German of Serbian descent. And look at his side. Well, they are certainly an entertaining side to watch because you see goals in all of their matches. They have been conceding and scoring both for TS Galaxy. In fact, 4 goals in each of their last 2 matches. They lost 3-1 2 matches ago to Marumo Gallants, but they beat Chippa United by a 3-1 margin. And 2 of those goals came in the last 5 minutes. As we see another incident of stooping.
Jukumanja just falling awkwardly there, but always difficult because Sidat tried to not attempt and touch him, but it's always dangerous when one person is stationary and the other is up in the air.
So dangerous to Mark Munyai. Fasti combined with Sihle Nduli briefly before Sanoka now has possession. He's trying to play himself into a position from which to score on Ngumazulu, who's been a standout performer for TS Galaxy so far this campaign. He's 4 goals already. Brooks, his little turn from Nyama, the 22-year-old, looks to be a charging run. It sets up a shot here. It's pulled badly on the left foot, but the build-up play looked promising, and the shot came, but disappointingly from a TS Galaxy perspective, it's just pulled that horribly off target.
As a player, it always gives you confidence when you're able to have your first shot on goal, and Nyama will have to just pick up from that, intelligently finding space just in front of that defense. That is something that Orlando Pirates will have to pay close attention to. The likes of Monari and Makaringa will be responsible for that space just in front of the defense.
Yeah, Makaringa's got the dual role, I suppose we could describe it as. Monari is there certainly more from a defensive perspective, but his passes will prove critical. Here's Hotto, not to Mahaka. It's not often that you see both of them playing on the same flank for any moment of time on the pitch. Lovely control by Munare. As Mahaka again, Jukumanja needed to be running onto that. Tries a shot from range. He was under pressure from the man who was dearly on top of him. But Jukumanja, disappointingly, unable to hit the target there as Nduli applied little pressure in midfield.
He has an opportunity there, but pressure applied from Nduli. I think it's uncomfortable for Jukumanja to maybe hit the target.
And sees Marco in space, and Marco has got plenty of space to exploit. All the way back to Dion Hotto. It's so important that Dion Hotto tries to get the ball on his left boot. Instead, he goes around the man to create a chance to put it on his left boot. But a ball that harmlessly bounces its way through that 18-yard area before Ethan Brooks put it out of play on the near side. Shandu finding Makaringa, who is marked by Brooks. Bafana international now, the man who made his international debut as a 19-year-old, turned 20 last month, Ethan Brooks. But it's Pirates on the attack. And playing that high press, looking for the early dominance in this match as well, but looking for the early goal most significantly. Otto again. Heavily strapped left knee, it should be mentioned. And a very heavy fixture list for Orlando Pirates as well, before we fail to talk about that. Orlando Pirates have got, in the space of the next 12 days, another 5 matches to complete. Delivery in here, looked crisp enough. Jukumanja got up high, but not quite so high as Sanoka was able to steer that ball away. It's Lakay doing a little battling. Instead, it's Brooks who's put it onto Lakay perfectly in the attempt to feed it back to Brooks, intercepted by Munare. The tempo of this game is relatively high. Both these teams have come to play.
And when you mentioned a compact fixture list for Orlando Pirates, but some positive signs here. If you just look at the bench here this afternoon, Lodge making his way back. He came on against Amazulu, almost scoring with his first touch. So that's good news. Mahanga on the bench as well, including Mahema. So that'll go a long way in terms of the squad and sharing the load.
Yeah, I mean, this is a squad that has the depth now that they can exploit. Brooks, meanwhile, looks to flick that ball into the path of either Lakay or Ngomezulu. Controlled by Msimango. Nduli. Back in defense. Sanuka here. Obas is sitting in a little pocket in which to receive. He's got himself into good areas, this Obas. It's difficult to believe that they've conceded quite so many goals as they have this campaign, as that ball was always going to head out over the goal line. They have conceded 22 goals, far more than any other side in the DSTV Premiership. In just 14 matches, that's averaging over a goal and a half conceded. But they've also scored, starting to score now, 14 goals, between them 36 goals in their 14 matches. So they're an entertaining team to watch, in the sense that you're almost certain to see goals.
Yeah, but I think that's something that Coach Ramovic has certainly brought to this TS Galaxy side. They are scoring more, 9 goals in the last 5 games. And talk about scoring, they're playing with 2 strikers, and that's going to be a bit different for Orlando Pirates to manage, because most of these teams in the PSL play with 1 striker and 2 attacking wingers. So it's 3 up front, but you're always marking 1 striker. This afternoon, something different for the likes of Nyahuza and Nda to deal with is Lakay as well as Ngomezulu will be up front.
And you're spot on in the way the defence is lined up here. As Saduka to steer that ball away. Lakay leaves it behind. Nduli, a little flick over the top now, the chase on. And while Ngomezulu's got pace, it's Mbojane who's decided he'll take the responsibility on his shoulders, and he comes up trumps. That's a clever ball over the top from Nduli, who's got some lovely touches about his game.
There's a very neat player. He'll be sitting alongside Obas just to provide that protection for the defense.
So the offside flag up for the first time in the game against the Orlando Pirates. As the home record, 6 matches played at home, 2 wins, 1 loss. It's been a draw fest, to be fair. 6 points for those 2 wins and then 3 draws, and makes it 9 points they've picked up at home of the 20 they have in total. So not exactly been a fortress. See that being fouled.
Yeah, just a late tackle there from Jukumanja.
And the bad news is the drops of rain have started to fall. It's now about how heavy this rain is going to get and how it is going to impact the match. Thankfully, we've got Stanton Fredericks, who's played in virtually every kind of weather conditions known to man, including on the icy, frozen turf of the Russian winters.
Artificial pitches, yeah.
You've literally played on any surface in any situation with the national team as well. You played in some of the hottest conditions around, and club football some of the coldest. The interplay here between TS Galaxy, a side that can play very entertaining football when they get things going. Bear in mind, this is a side that created history just years ago in May of 2019 when they became the first non-top tier side to win the National Cup, the Nedbank Cup. This is the away record. No points away from home for TS Galaxy. And Ramovic is well aware of that, but he's been pleased by recent performances, but most notably the fact that they have been scoring, because they only scored in 2 matches before he arrived. They had 4 goals in 8 games. They've now scored in each of their last 6 matches of the 8 that he's been in charge. And for him, that's been the most pleasing. Now looking to focus on defensive frailties. His Pirates look to score here. Lovely ball in. Beautiful, beautiful play. And it is in at the second time of asking. Initially the save from Hugh, but how about that to get your name on the score sheet? Bandile Shandu celebrates his first goal for Orlando Pirates, and he is applauded by those on the bench. What a strike from the initial ball through. Great save by Marlon Hugh, and then from a tight angle with minimal room to work, Bandile Shandu has tucked that ball home. It is Pirates who lead at home against the TS Galaxy side, still pointless away.
That is just the start Orlando Pirates are looking for. Shandu timing his position in the box. It is Hotto there just trying to find some spaces there. But this is when he expects the ball to come in. A brilliant shot on goal, brilliant save from you. But from an acute angle, he finds the net. Shandu sees Orlando Pirates take the lead. And what a goal it was. Great delivery, great save from you. And the follow-up, the
Bandile Shandu, and that is a collector's item for the man from Maritzburg, a Maritzburg College graduate, playing on the hallowed Orlando turf in the colors of Orlando Pirates, and now can call himself an Orlando Pirates goal scorer, and that is beautifully done by Shandu. And the disappointment for TS Galaxy is inside 15 minutes now. They have conceded, so we know that best they can do come the end of this tie is getting something from this match by scoring. The free kick has been awarded to Pirates here. Assistant Tsokela, the assistant referee on the far side, having called that foul. Oseka Marco, who's playing on the opposite flank to Bandile Shandu, who's just scored for Pirates. What a consistent season he's had.
They're certainly taking his chances.
Oh, lovely here. Beautiful back heel from Makaka, and trying a powerful effort that is caught. Nduli on its way out of play. Pepra continues to provide the pressure without finding that breakthrough goal just yet.
Yeah, he continues to knock on the door. He does bring a different dimension to this attack for Orlando Pirates.
When he hits the ball, it stays hit. That is undoubtedly the case. You don't want to be having hit too many balls in your direction. So trying to close him down might be the best option against Juan Pepra. Dooley putting his body on the line from the corner here. Hotto feeds. It's not cleared. It's not cleared particularly well. In the end, it is a little escape for Ngomezulu, who looked to defend that 25-year-old up front.
He is full of running, and he'll be looked to when TS Galaxy do go forward and look to counter-attack Orlando Pirates. Because they are sitting so deep, it's going to have to be a transition if they to trouble that defense.
It's interesting to note the way Orlando Pirates are playing here. It's been kept in play, no concern about that. Out for the corner it goes. But for Orlando Pirates, coming into this weekend, bear in mind, we have had a host of matches already played today in the DStv Premiership. The log was so packed between Skukuna United in second and Orlando Pirates in seventh that a win separated those 6 sides. As things stand, Orlando Pirates are second on the log. Still, though, 11 points behind Sundowns. Ball in. Hughes got a full fist on this, but he's also been fouled in the process. But already beaten once in this match after a fine save. But proving how tight things are, Pirates started 7th. With 1 goal, they've leaped to 2nd as it stands.
That is encouraging, but just look at the space between number 1 and number 2. A lot of work left there.
So yeah, what we are seeing is very much a race to finish 2nd, ultimately, as things stand. We're effectively halfway through the season. Just to remind you that there were 3 matches played earlier today. I can tell you that Marumo Gallant snuck a late goal against Swallows to beat Swallows 1-0. But Baroka and Cape Town City played to a goalless draw, and Chippa United Namazulu played to a 1-1 draw. They meet one another in 3 days' time as well, do Chippa and Amazulu. Lovely ball in here that looked threatening for a moment. And Sidat well capable of delivering those delightful, delicious deliveries that you can really get your teeth into if you're a striker. Dion Hotto claiming he has been fouled. And when no whistle goes for him, he goes down onto one knee. TS Galaxy go down the pitch and nearly score. But for a wayward effort now.
He's clearly not happy. Dion Hotto was fouled there. Ref not giving it, and getting an opportunity for TS Galaxy to catch it. There's the opportunity to see, was it a foul? Not too harsh, but he did lean onto him. Wow.
He looks fine.
Wow.
As he gestures wildly at the referee, Pilangos Kumalo, who was well positioned to make a call on that. He felt that no foul accrued. To be fair, I don't think there was much in there.
So TS Galaxy starting to get Sidat more on the ball and bringing in deliveries into the box there. It's 20 minutes into it, and I think that TS Galaxy is going to have to do more of that, get it out wide to Munyai and the likes of Sidat, get it in the box, early balls, because you do have 2 strikers there. So you've got to give them some supply.
Well, that is exactly the point. Playing 2 strikers is one thing. Providing the ball for your strikers to have a chance, that's another. This is going to be difficult for TS Galaxy in the sense that they are up against a very solid defensive lineup. So Orlando Pirates side has been rather difficult to breach. TS Galaxy, good news is that they've been scoring regularly. They will hope that they can continue that scoring run, find at least an equalizer here. Orlando Pirates, big clearance here by Nda. Sidat goes down, and a free kick goes the way of TS Galaxy. Shandu, a little disappointed.
Sidat had 1 or 2 opportunities to cross that ball, but choosing to take on Shandu.
Come on, boy.
Just being brought down and winning his side a free kick in an advanced area.
So Ethan Brooks will be the man to take the free kick. Sidat makes his way back into a little pocket of open space. From the set piece, Brooks slow and flat and disappointingly straight at Jukumanjo, is able to see that ball away. Shandu is the man who chases upfield, but Nduli recovers for TS Galaxy. Here's Munyai, former Leopards man, who's also at Highlands Park. That ball bounced a little unkindly for Ethan Brooks. Certainly not the tallest of players. Ball came whizzing by at head height on the bounce.
Just lost the anticipation there, Ethan Brooks. He's been solid for his side, TS Galaxy. Brilliant performances, seen him call up for the national team.
Manja, a little something on this. Here's Sanoka. Underneath it, comfortably away from Nyauza. A little late from Shandu there, but Dooley picked up possession, looked to sweep it forward. Ball out of play off Tabang Munare. It's not exactly clinical clearance from Orlando Pirates, and they may have set up themselves for a little bit of danger to deal with here. Instead, it's worked away. We'll bring this under control after good recovery from Simango. Zobas.
Galaxy starting to find their way back into this game. Starting to hold position, get a bit of confidence there. Start to find connections to get into that final third. Pepra protecting that ball there, but Obas just clipping in from behind.
There's Marco. Wide to Dion Hotto. Hotto in towards Mahaka. Chance for Orlando Pirates in here potentially. That ball will be seen away by Nduli. Puts it into the path of Munyai, who had the chance to clear. Instead allowed Hotto onto the end of that ball, but Hotto's gone and sent it into the stands.
You can see Hotto just signaling to his teammates to say, let's apply the pressure and communicate a little bit better.
Take a little bit of time in possession. Nyama holding up that ball for a moment. The defence has worked its way back up to Brooks now, who brings Mark Munyai into play. He's got a quality delivery on him when he's not under pressure. Here is one of those deliveries, and it really looked promising for Ngoma Zulu. But for the intervention of Shandu, who's just nodded that away. That's one thing you don't want to do, is give Mark Munyai time to cross. Because when he's given that time and space, he can be deadly. Sidat, though, can deliver it any time.
Yes, doing well. And Ibrahim Sidat asking questions of Shandu. He's attacking. Would now see Shandu just stay back a little bit and not be too adventurous.
So problems here for Bandile Shandu. He's been at the very centre of everything so far. It is the 26th minute. The number 26 for Orlando Pirates finds himself down and struggling.
I can see maybe just a foot in court there, and it nothing malicious from the tackle from Lekay.
One of the sacrifices made to keep the boots as light as they are is minimal protection these days. And tell you what, if you catch a stud or a blade on the bridge of your foot with both players swinging their legs at a ball, it can be problematic.
Wade Lekay, Dwayne. 3 goals in the last 3 games, and it came in the 89th minute, in the 90th, and in the 90th again. 89 was against Cape Town City.
That's right.
90 against Gallants and 90 against Chippa.
You are spot on.
Came off the bench, and today he's been awarded with a starting berth. Can he add to that? Because the last thing you want to do is now not fire when you're given a starting chance from your coach, and then he'll start to assume that you are an impact player.
Speaking of impact, what is the likely impact of rain on this fixture? I suppose is said to be answered over the just over hour of football remaining on the pitch. So the rain is coming down now. Munyai. Obas.
Talk about the rain, and it does adjust the situation on the pitch somewhat, because now players need to adjust because the ball will skid a little quicker, especially defenders, and it does make goalkeepers' jobs a little bit more difficult. The question starts to ask at, does the defenders have the 6 studs on to avoid the slipping?
Sidat with a little back heel inside, but Mahaka has gleefully accepted the loose ball. Hotto brings it down with his chest right in front of the referee. Now staying on side, Juan Pepra receives from Hotto. Back to him, Pepra! And finally we thought it would go in. Instead it's rushed across the face of goal. Still alive for Pirates. My word. We anticipated that was going in. I think just about everybody sitting in the stands expected that going in, judging by the reactions of the players who sit waiting for their opportunity to come on as this match progresses. What a delightful bit of link-up play, though, between Dion Hotto and Guam Pepera. And there are still people sitting in the stands, mouths agape, wondering how that possibly missed. Well, that is a little for TS Galaxy, but it's another disappointment for Guam Pepera.
Dwayne, I'll tell you what, he done everything right in that situation. He composed himself. It was a delightful ball from Hotto. The goalkeeper came out and made it the opportunity a little bit tight for him, and he found space. He started the move. A brilliant pass there. Patient made his run. Brilliant ball from Hotto. Oncoming goalkeeper. No rush of blood. Everything right, but the ball in the net.
But also the presence of mind to follow up and keep it alive for Orlando Pirates. Although they didn't get a second bite of the proverbial cherry, it was kept alive by Pepera. Talk about masking your disappointment of being a professional. That is going to be problematic, but Tusiobas has been fouled on that far side by Chukwumanja. Referee just has a verbal warning. There's Tusiobas. He played in central defence when TS Galaxy won the Nedbank Cup. In fact, one of his teammates then was a man who is now in the colours of Orlando Pirates, Sakele Lepasa, who I'm told is just about set to get back onto the field of play. We might see him imminently. There's a number of games, only 2-day breaks between them for Orlando Pirates to finish the season. See that? Drills a ball into the chest of his teammate, Gumazulu. Hits on the outer left side of his thorax. Inside the final hour of football now, 30 minutes have come and gone. And it's the Buccaneers who ventured forward, a buccaneering start that saw them find a goal through Bandile Shandu.
The Orlando Pirates will have to pay a bit attention to this right-hand side, and Shandu will ask for a bit more protection and assistance, because Graham Sidat finding a lot of joy here down the left-hand side and bringing in some dangerous balls and asking questions of that defence.
Oh, lovely again. Hotto's run onto this. Pepera waiting inside their middle, and he might have a chance to follow up here as Hugh makes the save. Pepera was running behind him. Olisa Nda has come out and thwarted a counter-attack that would have seen a 3-on-2. As he scythed in between two. Lovely from Chukwumanja, picked it up.
Yeah, brilliant stuff there. Hotto finding space there, choosing to have a shot. Not too many numbers in the box there. Pepera just not anticipating right.
For the goalkeeper, important as well, because in the wet conditions, that could easily have gone just about anywhere. He landed a little awkwardly to sacrifice the comfort of a landing by using two hands to make the save. But also denied that ball from going beyond him where Pepera was waiting.
Yeah, he's done well to make the save, but I must say that he parried it back straight into the goal. Unfortunately, there wasn't an oncoming striker. So the basics, and William Shonga will tell you, is that try to push the ball away from the goal. And you as a goalkeeper would know.
Yeah. You ultimately want to always aim to hold on to possession. We'll steer it as far away from possible as you like. Well, precipitation 43%, but I can tell you that 100% we are all getting little drops of rain getting blown in our direction. And under COVID-19 protocols, we sit outside in the open air to the commentators.
Tell you what, I'm getting a geography lesson here. Precipitation and humidity equals rain. Loving it.
It's more meteorological rather than geology. I couldn't resist, Stanton. I couldn't resist. Now, TS Galaxy searching for a way through. Clean tackle, said the referee. Now Munari in possession. Mahaka's making his way forward after making the tackle that won possession for Orlando Pirates. It's ball just into a little bit of a loose area or pocket of space. This thing's got a little loose. All out wide. Here's Marco. He's had very little to do ultimately in today's tie.
Yeah, he's been very disciplined there defensively, Marco. Normally bombing up the pitch, but I think Hotto doing enough attacking wise down the left-hand side for Orlando Pirates.
And while this is not the most beautiful of moments in the beautiful game, what it is effective. It'll frustrate your opponents as well. And then unleash a ball like that. Shandu nearly had a hand in the second goal as well for Orlando Pirates. Eventually steered out for the corner, but Bandile Shandu, after a magnificent moment of control from a delightful Nyaoza pass diagonally. Look at that for a 60-meter pass, come good.
What a pass and what a touch from Shandu. What he done well there was his first touch allowed him to cross it first time.
Hugh has only just managed to get there to deny Sidat the discomfort of an own goal.
It was a brilliant ball played in from Shandu.
I thought that had gone from Sidat into the side netting, but save from Hugh in the end. Hotto feeds. And Hugh doesn't get a full fist on this. Mahaka might have a second chance at this after swinging the leg wildly on the stroke of 35 minutes. 10 minutes to half-time. Pirates 1, TS Galaxy 0. But again, so easily, Orlando Pirates could be looking at another 2-3 goals in this tie. TS Galaxy might have fancied one of their own. Makaringe. Zobas, good recovery and good avoidance of Pepra.
He's got good awareness there, Obas. Not only is he strong in the tackle, but comfortable in possession. You can see that Orlando Pirates just trying to put their foot on the game and just calm things down. 10 minutes to halftime, no need for them to continue bombing forward. Just try and suck TS Galaxy forward so that they can create some spaces.
Searching for that ball through towards Dion Hotto. It shifted from the left flank into a more central position for now. And Shandu, that is right in front of the referee, has gone and tugged his man off the ball.
The Pirates intelligently stretching this defense of TS Galaxy. Shandu is giving them a lot of width on the right-hand side. And as we mentioned, Marku not too adventurous, but Hotto providing width on the left-hand side.
So Sanoka being brought down.
And just look at that possession stats there. That's in the last 5 minutes. Nothing much to read into that, but Pirates are dominating possession in the larger scheme of things.
Batusi Obas receiving a few instructions.
But I think that instruction would be Nduli needs to push a little bit forward, be a bit more attack-minded, and Obas will have to clean up. Brooks and Nduli would look to make things happen for Galaxy.
So the good news is Sanoka seems like he is just fine. Sanoka and Shandu now on opposing teams, were teammates at Maritzburg United just a couple of seasons ago. Ball has gone straight up in the air from Lekay. Brooks gathered underneath it, but Makaringe got a touch.
Go! Go!
Munyai. Nyama. Hotto cuts inside of Munyai brilliantly. Now a chance to unleash his pace. Hotto, with only Pepra in support, looks to get that ball on the left foot every time, but does deliver with the right this time. Chukwuemeka was waiting for that ball to come his way, cut out by Sidat, and now a counter-attack was on until Munare interrupted that play. And we're going to see the first caution of this game. Batusi Obas is going to miss TS Galaxy's next tie. And that means he is out for the trip to Golden Arrows in a week's time. Batusi Obas collects his 4th yellow card of the season.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of frustration boiling over from Obas. TS Galaxy just can't get out of their own half there. Pressure applied from Orlando Pirates. You can see just snapping at Munare's heels.
Back line, Orlando Pirates have taken this swiftly inside the 18-yard area. Juan Pepra looking to provide. To maintain possession and keep it in play. Makaringe, ball in. Wet conditions, it's not the worst idea. Test the keeper. Chukwuemeka was getting close, but that's beautiful from Hugh. He's picked out Lakay. Inch perfect from the goalkeeper, and that ball, disappointingly from Nduli, is far from inch perfect and well away from Nyama. Could you say that that pass was a little meaty for Nyama?
Yeah, put a little bit too much salt on that.
Munyai. Recovery into the final 5 minutes of the opening half. Let's see that. Sanoka. Obas. Simango going back to Hugh. Looking for options, Marlon Hugh. He had an opportunity to work with Tila Ngubeni and Rowan Fernandez in his time at Highlands Park, and certainly improved his goalkeeping in that department. This time looking to help test Orlando Pirates' defense by sending a ball a long way upfield. The miscommunication here between TS Galaxy players, and Nduli got himself into a grand position to feed either Lakay or Ngomezulu, and has failed to find either.
And Dwayne, I tell you what, moments before that incident, Nyauza just kicked it out for an outball. And that is experience right there. You know, when you try to get clever, you get caught, and
Yes.
that's just his experience coming through here, trying to limit the mistakes. It is 5 minutes to halftime here. The last thing you want to do is try and be fancy. So, yeah, who's that leading there by example?
Obas, lovely ball through it the second time of asking, but Ngomezulu failed to keep it under control. Here's Marco getting away from Obas. Dion Hotto. Time after time, Dion Hotto has been gifted space in which to run. Maybe an international. It's caught, and a free kick coming away. Marks Munyai looks like he's going to receive a caution. And indeed, we are going to see a yellow card for Marks Munyai. He's already got a red card to his name this campaign.
Now, Hotto has been in the battles all afternoon. Let's just see what Munyai does here. I think he stamps on his foot. Yeah, once again, very, very painful. It does look like Hotto's been acting, but I tell you what, that is certainly painful.
So 2 yellow cards in the last couple of minutes for TS Galaxy. Obas and Munyai both in critical positions and in critical phases of this game. Hotto is just getting the boot slipped back on.
But you mentioned, Dwayne, that all these boots is certainly lighter, but very, very minimal protection.
Yeah, back in your day, they were what, 1.6 kilograms each?
No. I played with a very light boot, I'll have you know. Mercurial Vapor.
I jest. Now Hotto looks uncomfortable, but he's set to take this ball that should be curled in away from the goalkeeper. Close to half time, he'll have 15 minutes to get a little medical treatment at the break. This delivery is tucked toward the back post, and Obas has read it beautifully. Throw in time, and Bandile Shandu might fancy a long throw. Given Simango. It's the captain's armband on occasion. A young player, but a leader on the pitch. Otto is not looking comfortable. If he could last till half time, that's an opportunity for a break and a little medical treatment would do him well. Maybe a quick chat with John Williams. 15 minutes of uninterrupted work. As things stand, Hotto is really looking uncomfortable out of screen. So Hotto has just dropped back into a left-back position, and Marco has moved forward for now. Here's Mahaka. Marco has failed to keep that ball in play. So we're approaching half-time. I don't suspect we'll see more than a minute of time added on when we hit the 45, as Sidat sends a long ball downfield into the path of Lekay. Back to Brooks, surrounded by Pirates players who can't quite clear. And now a free kick to TS Galaxy as we hit the 45-minute mark. A minute of time has been added on, so before this free kick gets taken, Stanton Fredericks, let's get your take now on the 45 minutes we've seen.
Just have a look at Ethan Brooks winning a free kick there. It looked like he was sandwiched there. Light touch went down quite easily there. Now just touched him, but Lekay as well.
Lekay went down a little heavier, I think, as well, yeah. There were two fouls potentially that the referee could have called. So into the final moments of the opening half. Is there a moment of glory for one of the TS Galaxy players? Is there a moment of delight for the side? And they fashion an equaliser. Sidat will curl the ball away from the keeper. Brooks will curl the ball into the keeper. They've got a few taller players forward. Now Brooks to feed, hits it low, and that'll be steered out for the corner. Referee looks at his watch, says, okay, we still have a little time.
And that was well defended from Jukumanja because of the wet conditions. It's a relatively dangerous ball played into the box from Brooks.
Brooks again. Stands over this, not to go short. TS Galaxy. Nyama has stepped away from a position from which to receive. Shandu is closest to the ball for Pirates. And that is booted long back toward the back post. Pepra gets the ball away from the danger area, and with that the half-time whistle sounds. It is 1-0 to Orlando Pirates at the break, as Bandile Shandu can celebrate his glorious first goal for the Buccaneers. Dion Hotto, meanwhile, limping off. He's had a hard afternoon with a couple of bumps and bashes, but into the early evening here in Orlando, and Dion Hotto was the man that sent in the ball and ultimately saw Pirates take the lead. There's been very little in terms of penetration from TS Galaxy, who gather as a team on the near the center circle before they head to the change room. Munyai is speaking. Dooley among those watching on, listening. But there are two huddles this occasion. Though it doesn't pick out Makaringa, not too far from either he or Mahaka. See that? Threads it through two Pirates players. Lovely ball into Gomezulu. And Pepra a little too bustling in his run at Obas. Free kick to TS Galaxy in a handy position. Stanton Fredericks, second half. How are you looking at this match?
Well, the onus is on TS Galaxy to take it to Orlando Pirates, but they certainly started that way. Let's see Pepra just chipping in with his defensive abilities there, stopping Obas in his flanks here. Galaxy will be looking to the likes of Ethan Brooks and Nduli to start making things happen further up front of field.
Yama looking to link up with Marks Munyai, who is making a run, but Munyai is quick, but not that quick. Is Tufatsu Nyama. The rain coming down is not heavy. What does the light rain do over the duration of the match? I mean, heavy rain is, in a sense, more predictable, and even though it's a lot more uncomfortable, I imagine, there is an element of predictability about what may happen. Lighter rain, how does it affect the game?
Yeah, lighter rain is a bit more manageable. It doesn't really, when you're running at pace, the rain isn't really hitting into your face, so there's a minimal change in terms of that. But the change comes is, once again, I mentioned this anticipation of the ball skidding. If you're a striker, your first touch, do you let it bounce, do you let it go? The big thing is goalkeepers, that skid. So if you don't handle it properly and you do parry it, are you going to parry it away from danger? So very, very interesting times here with this rain.
Yama's the man who stands in front of Dion Hotto, who is set to take the set piece for Orlando Pirates. So not hit with much weight. Away by Gomezulu. Asika Marco, who's the shortest of the players in that region, able to get his head on the end of that and clear. See that? I can tell you that the swirling winds inside Orlando Stadium are bringing some of the rain to our commentary position.
Is that rain? I thought it was sweat.
Wow! Off this bald head of mine. Thank you very much, Stanton Fredericks. What a glorious visual for all our viewers. There's Nduli. Oh, that's just delightful from Nduli. And Brooks as well. Eager to show off some of the skills that he possesses, and he possesses many, let me tell you. Munyai. Owas. Lovely turn into the path of Lekay. Moment's control by Nyama, and TS Galaxy had it back for a moment, and now Marco has a chance to break for Pirates. They've got space out wide. Quickly going across, though, was Ibrahim Sidat as Mandile Shandu broke, and Jukumanja was waiting, but he's opted to go back to his defense in Nda. So Orlando Pirates looking to get back to winning ways at home. They've got more points on the road this season than they do at home. Against the TS Galaxy side that has never lost to Pirates. The TS Galaxy side as well that is also hoping to continue their scoring run, scoring in 7 consecutive matches. There's a man who sits on the bench of TS Galaxy who has the record of scoring in 7 successive matches, incidentally, in Isong Twin. I beg your pardon, I want to say shares a name with Isao Kanyenda. He scored in 7 consecutive matches. Shandu. There's much more deliberate pace to the second half than the all-out flurry of the opening half. Not out of play. Assistant Sokela was right on the spot. Pepra just treading a fine line. Here's Hotto in a little space. Right fall for Pepra here, who tries to squeeze it back into a teammate. Great chance for Hotto to have a 5. Instead, tees it up, and would you believe, Orlando Pirates have scored. Mahaka with his second for the Buccaneers inside 5 minutes of the restart. For TS Galaxy, it's proving problematic defensively. But for Orlando Pirates, back to scoring ways. And it's Mahaka with a second of the season for himself and a second of the game for his team.
Yes, Dion Hotto showed a lot of composure in that goal. Once again, the wet conditions coming into play here. Hotto starting the move there. A bit of a loose ball from a defense. Brilliant ball played into the box from Peprah. The first feint, the second feint showed enough impetus and awareness to lay it off, and Makaka as cool as ice.
Oh yes, that was brilliantly done by Hotto. Twice feigned to shoot and then laid it across to a little pocket of space that Makaka was able to steer that ball home from. Pirates leading by 2-0 now. Shandu and Makaka. And Dion Hotto has now contributed directly to 8 goals of Orlando Pirates so far this campaign. He's scored 4 of them. He's got 4 assists as well. I mean, his impact in this game is unquestioned. As we sit getting a little wetter, it seems the rain is getting a little heavier. As things look damp and bleak for TS Galaxy as of now, trailing by 2. You have reminded me more than once that 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline.
And we can't count them out. Galaxy will be looking to go forward and apply more pressure. Can Orlando Pirates manage it? They should be able to. Got enough experience in the ranks.
It's Makaringe. Isn't it the busiest of games? Now, Batusi Obas has got to be careful. The referee is, it seems, suggesting to him, what are you doing? I've already cautioned you in this game. This is on the halfway line. What are you doing?
Yep, it was naughty, but well played from the ref.
Just an indications well on that replay. You can see the heavier raindrops starting to fall now. Sikamako making a charging run. Dooley coming in with the challenge, and it looks like he's going to be cautioned for it as well, Titlian Dooley. Referee does what he needs to. First check on the individual who suffered the foul, and then draw your attention towards the individual who committed the foul, and a yellow card for Titlian Dooley. So the third TS Galaxy player to go into referee Kumalo's books.
Yeah, just slipping in from behind there. A rare picture of Aseko Marco bursting forward in this game. He's been very conservative. And that was the plan and the structure for Orlando Pirates. Hotto playing more as an attacking wing back on the left-hand side, providing a lot of width there as Marco sits in defense.
So Hotto and Makaka, the 2 wide players for Orlando Pirates who started this game. One wonders if both will finish this game, given the number of knocks Hotto has suffered, and Makaka save him after he scored that goal. Time schedule ahead as the free kick is taken. That ball was only just kept in play. Sokela was right on the line, and happy to confirm that Dion Hotto had kept it in play. Now this is a loose ball, and Ngomezulu might have a chance to set up a counter, but he needs to escape a barrage of bustling Buccaneers bodies, and eventually has won the free kick.
I'll tell you what, Ryan, that Orlando Pirates really working hard, especially when they lose possession. There's numbers to get behind the ball. And there was evidence of that with the last foul. 4 or 5 Orlando Pirates players around it, as we see Chikamanja get that yellow card for the professional foul.
Yeah, if Ngomezulu was away, that was a great counter-attack opportunity for TS Galaxy. Still confidence in this side when they're knocking it around at the back. They are a ball-playing team. They do enjoy their ball-playing ways. Just have those little magical moments every so often in the game that you need to appreciate. Munyai to go down that line. Pasika Marco, defensively strong. I can tell you that Orlando Pirates are going to be making a change imminently. It's Hotto. Ooh, they are taking a few risks here, TS Galaxy, but confident it seems in their approach. Nyama, here's Lekay, very quick to run onto deliveries, now in space to deliver for Munyai. Mahaka scored Pirates second, sees that ball away, only as far as Jukumanja, who has recently been cautioned. He's given the ball away to Sidat, who breaks down the line. Now Ngumezulu, lovely challenge from Munare, who's made that ball-winning challenge so effectively on the edge of that 18-yard area. Again, that should skid away over the goal line. Indeed it does. No chance for Lekay. And 2-0 it remains. TS Galaxy pushing for at least one goal back in this tie.
The Galaxy are showing signs that they're not going to give it up easy. They're going to fight till the end. Looks like a substitute is imminent. Is it Lorch?
It looks like Lorch and Mutuari are the two players who are getting ready. Mutuari's already got the tracksuit top off. Looks like Shinpad's going in for Lorch. We expected game time for Lorch. Now, I need to reiterate, you've got to look at Orlando Pirates' schedule this month. There's a long-range effort comes in here and is saved fairly comfortably by Hugh in the end, despite the wet conditions. 5 shots on target for Orlando Pirates. It was the third one on target for Bandile Shandu.
Well, he's certainly in the mood.
1 goal and 3 shots on target. He'll take it, considering he plays in the defensive role. Yeah, I mean, just looking at Orlando Pirates' schedule, they had a run of 8 games in 21 days, which is bordering on the ridiculous and outrageous. The good news was that Liberian side Oilers pulled out of their fixture against Orlando Pirates in the CAF Confederation Cup. Pirates advanced to the group stages. There's Nyama. But still, 7 matches in 21 days, and for the remainder of this year, a match every 3 days for the Buccaneers, which means they do need to rotate, keep players fresh as they can, and you'll expect them to use as many substitutes as possible.
Yeah, but I tell you what, for players, I think that's good news because they like to play games and not train.
No training, yes. Play, recovery, travel. Play, recovery, travel.
But it's good when you're in the side. When you're not playing, it's
that must be
the
awful.
best of
Yes.
situations. Yeah.
Orlando Pirates, one of 4 South African sides who were playing in continental competition. Only one has been eliminated so far. And that's Marumo Gallant, who lost out in the playoff round of the CAF Confederation Cup to TP Mazembe, who Amazulu eliminated. Look at the possession over the last 5 minutes. Nearly 3/4 the way of TS Galaxy.
Yeah, but I think Orlando Pirates just allowing them to have that possession. They're still struggling to find space in between and have a shot on goal. So, but that will definitely be encouraging for TS Galaxy.
Marco's attempt at controlling that ball with a clearance has seen it go to Marks Munyai, who's become a victim of the wet conditions at Orlando Stadium. Now Mahaka looks towards Kwan Pepra, who tries with a first-time strike and pushed well wide. So to the half line we go, the halfway line where substitution is set to take place. Double change. We have got Ben Mutuari and Tembikosi Lorch, who are making their way on for Orlando Pirates here. Mahaka, who scored the second goal, is the first player to make way. He scored the opener against Stellenbosch. He scored the second here against TS Galaxy. On the stroke of an hour, he gives way to Ben Mutuari, while Terence Jukumanja, who's on a yellow card for Orlando Pirates, has been whipped off and on in his place. is Thembinkosi Lorch. So just to confirm, Lorch on for Jukumanja, Mahaka off, and Motswari on. Munare to Nda.
I think the introduction of Munare will see Orlando Pirates to go shift to 3 in the middle of the park. Lorch will assume Mahaka's position on the wing.
Yeah, since he's made his way back into the side, Motswari, he's looked very, very comfortable, and he's immediately added a little something in terms of structure in that midfield. Pirates on the attack yet again. Lovely ball through here. Great chance for Motswari, and it's just wide. Maybe a slide at the back from Dion Hotto. Would have led to a third goal in this tie, but how about that for immediate impact? He's not there to score goals, but oh so nearly with his first touches on the pitch.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's all I'm going to say. Look at that first touch. Delightful. It was a back heel. He continued his run there. First touch into the box. Tried to have a shot on goal. Should have passed it across for a tap in for the third goal, but talk about immediate impact.
Marlon Ngazi prowling on the edge of his technical area. Dion Hotto is limping again out of screen. He's not looking overly comfortable, and I wonder how much longer Pirates will leave him on the pitch. Really looking uncomfortable. As said, TS Galaxy are looking very comfortable here with Brooks had the ball at his feet. Ball to Nduli. One thing I remember from that TS Galaxy final, I remember several things, of course, but one thing that stood out for me was Sihle Nduli. If you've ever seen him jump or leap for a ball, it seems like he's got springs in his feet. Oh, it's a lovely stop. Simango sticking out the right boot and denying Hotto's ball path in towards Pepra. It's Gomezulu. Just reminding him that he was on him. Nyama. It's the battle of the number 11s, but Dion Hotto doesn't come close in the end before that ball is released by Nyama. See that? Lekay is quick, gets onto the end of it here. There are a couple of players that are set to make their way on for TS Galaxy imminently. I can tell you Potlongo, unsurprisingly, he's got the tracksuit off as the ball comes in. And Mpujane has seen the ball for the first time in an enormous, inordinate amount of time. He'd be delighted to get involved in a little bit of play, Mpujane. But Ndwandwe and Potlongo are two TS Galaxy players who are set to make their way on now. Now Dion Hotto, who has been limping on the near side of the park, has broken into a stride inside that area, and a ball across the face of goal that is a little too strong for anybody to get on the end of. So we are going to see the substitution now for TS Galaxy, a double change themselves. Hotto is just limping, he's walking a little awkwardly, he's running less than he needs to. Certainly less than he usually does. Zulu will take an instruction or two from the Ramovic assistant coach in Mensur Dogan. But Nyama is the man who makes way for Ndwandwe.
Intentions clearly shown there from TS Galaxy. Push another man up front. That'll be 3 up front. Ndwandwe will join Gomezulu and Lekay. That'll make them thinner at the back. Chance for Orlando Pirates to put the nail in the coffin.
Potlongo is a tricky runner. He gets his nose into good areas, does Potlongo. He's not a regular goal scorer, but against Orlando Pirates, he seems to be a very regular goal scorer. Potlongo is on. Nyama is off. Lovely touch from Motswari to work that ball away, only as far as Lorch. Lovely 1-2 potentially, but read by Sanoka. 25 minutes of game time remaining. Pirates leading by 2 against TS Galaxy. Looking for a third win at home this campaign and a return to winning ways for this Pirates side, whose last 2 fixtures were a goalless draw against Baroka and a 1-1 draw against Amazulu.
In both games they dominated, just couldn't finish it off.
As you say, the Stellenbosch game really was the one where they had the clinical finishing to go with the performance in the match. Now, tight angle here, turning and trying to shoot at goal, and Duandue searching, seeking his 3rd goal of the season.
Just look at that action areas there. Most of it coming in the middle of the park there. The changes in the middle made by both sides as well, just to impact that. But TS Galaxy starting to probe into that final third.
Assistant Zokela, South Africa's foremost officials. Speaking of South Africa's foremost officials, although South Africa will not be headed to the Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon, a country today that has elected Samuel Eto'o, one of the greatest of all time, as the head of their football federation. I can tell you there are a number of South Africans that will be heading to Cameroon, including Orlando Pirates media officer Thandi Merafe, who is going to be acting as one of the CAF media officers throughout the campaign. We have Jerome Damon, who will be one of the VAR executives.
So you're just confirming that we'll have VAR? Yeah?
Yes, yes. Jerome Damon is going to be there with the who's who of the best referees that have served their respective countries on the continent. A few others as well that will be serving, including Raymond Hack serving as chair of the disciplinary board at the Africa Cup of Nations, and Dr. Thulani Ngwenya, delighted to say he'll be serving as part of the medical team. He'll be largely enforcing the doping control this time. So South Africa will have some proud representation in Cameroon for the Africa Cup of Nations. It gets underway next month. Monare down. So the rain has lessened somewhat again, not quite so heavy. This will feel like a season that is becoming heavier and heavier for TS Galaxy unless they can draw themselves away from that relegation area. But to have won 3 of their last 6 matches and scored in each of those last 6, there will be some positives. But from today's match, if you do go down again away from home, even though it's against the Orlando Pirates side, far more fancied for the win, this will feel continually crushing for TS Galaxy.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, Dwayne, the signs are there, signs of resurrection, and as we see Coach Abramovich still staying on it, trying to keep his charges there. You see they're sitting on 12 points, 2 away from danger.
That's the thing, is when you're within a win of a danger area, a win for Swallows, Chippa, Baroka, suddenly you find yourself 15th or 16th, and then it's troubled times. So while it's tight at the bottom half of the standings as well, I can tell you it's relatively tight at the top half of the standings, bar Mamelodi Sundowns, who are well and truly away. As Pirates go on the attack here. It's ultimately a couple of points that separate second from 7th as things stand, with Pirates now positioned to go to second on the standings. No free kick awarded, play on was the call, and the 70th minute has come and gone, 20 minutes to play.
Yes, as much as Join might not be the best scenario for Galaxy to get nothing from this game, when you are at the bottom, beating the teams in and around you is more important than beating the likes of Orlando Pirates, which would now be in second position. Having said that, 3 points is 3 points.
That is fair enough. So right in pointing out that the teams around you, those are genuine 6-point matches. What we mean by that is not that you get 6 points for a win, but that you deny your opponent 3 possible points and you yourself gain 3, which is 6-point sway. So there is how the top half stands. Mamelodi Sundowns away, and then 1 point separating number 2, who are Pirates currently, and number 7, who are Stellenbosch. I mean, Amazulu wins a game, they could potentially be second. That's how tight the top 8 is, from 2 to 8 at least, and 2 to 7 separated by 1 point. Let me break that down, though, in terms of Sundowns. Sundowns are 11 points clear. Sundowns are more points clear atop the standings than the team at the bottom of the log find themselves, as we look at Tshegofatso Mabasa. So, not to be unkind to 16th place Baroka FC or to Chippa United, but Sundowns lead by more points than Baroka has, and the same number that Chippa United has this entire campaign.
That's one way of looking at it.
Yeah. Touch forward into the path of Makaringe. So while the tempo is dropped, from an Orlando Pirates perspective, I suppose it remains important that they are dictating the tempo currently.
Yeah, very important that you do keep possession, and the possession is in the opposition's half. So the thing is, when you are slowing the game down, you tend to get a bit overconfident and lackadaisy. So important that they stay sharp at the back.
It's a lovely piece of footwork from Temikosi Lorch. Delighted to see it back. Our Pirates fans, the fans of South African football generally, or African football. And you remember that winning goal against Egypt at the Africa Cup of Nations. Nyoza back to Nkunchane. Let's keep the goalkeeper in the game. Otto is trying to bend his run. He was waiting for that ball from Makaringe. It didn't come. Juan Pepra now turns, knew where it was. Dion Otto, that ball clipped his heels, but again, recovery from Pepra. You can't deny his work ethic. And that'll be a free kick and a yellow card as well, I suspect. And Sidat is also going to miss the trip to Arrows as he collects a yellow card, his 4th of the campaign, and he will serve a suspension. Same as Batusi Obas, so the 2 of them will be out. There is confirmation of one of the 3 changes. 15 for 19 and 11 for 28. So Hotto is making way. Now, not surprised that Hotto is making way. He's been limping for a while now. He's put in such tremendous work and could have had a couple of goals tonight. Has 2 assists. And his contribution was that lovely ball in for Shandu. Then a ball for Pepra that should have been a second goal for Pirates. And then watch this, sets it up, unselfishly lays it into the path of Mahaka.
Yeah, very nimble, very quick, good on transition. So important for Orlando Pirates is Dion Hotto. 4 goals, 9 assists. What a healthy contribution. And he's certainly done a job for his side this afternoon.
He has indeed. So Makaringe, Hotto and Pepra found their way off the pitch. 75 minutes are come and gone. 15 to play. TS Galaxy needs something if they are to escape with anything. We're going to be bringing on Augustine Chidikwem shortly. He's got the tracksuit off and is just limbering up. into a danger area here. Ngomezulu, if he has a chance to turn and shoot, could be on for something. Sam looked utterly innocent in the way he was holding up his hands. Yes, Potlongo loves to score against Pirates, and nearly does as he produces a tremendous effort that brings Mpojani into the game realistically for the first time in this match.
You said it, Rowan. He's got an appetite for scoring. He knew exactly what he wanted to do when he received that ball. First touch, got it out his feet. A brilliant shot on target to test Mpojani.
Taking their time for a little bit of a slip here with Ndwandwe looking to hit that ball on target. In the end, Sanoka's ballooned that. Was it dismissive hand? Words from a teammate. So just to confirm, 3 changes for Pirates in the last couple of minutes. Here's a chance for Ndwandwe surely, and he is firstly bundles himself over and then sees Nyauza bundle over him. Failing to stay on his feet. There's Lorch. Now, looks like requires a little medical attention here. Walking off the pitch at the moment is Ndwandwe, who's gone down. Looks to be a little bit of blood around the eye. So medical attention is quick too. The referee has stopped the game as it is. And Moses Maleni, the team doctor, I would suggest, needs to make his way to the pitch because the physio, Brendan During, is just having a look at the moment. So this is Ndwandwe, looked to bring that ball under control, then slipped. Oh, gets caught by the knee of Nyauza as he goes over the top. Nothing malicious or intentional at all from Nyauza. And frustration initially at himself for failing to see that glorious goal-scoring chance through. And while that happens, we have seen a change for TS Galaxy. Ngomezulu is off. And on in his place is Augustine Chidikwem, shot to prominence at Chippa United.
Yeah, well, it's fair to say that Orlando Pirates are against the ropes here. Looking a bit leaky. Being forced back by TS Galaxy. They actually dropped deep and inviting on the pressure from TS Galaxy.
See that? Away by Nyauza. Forward by Munare. Brought under control by Professor Sanoka. Reminder that as things stand, TS Galaxy would remain 13th. Orlando Pirates would leap from 7th to 2nd on the DSCB Premiership standings. Now, a good little run here by Potlongo. Ball out of play. Corner kick it'll be.
Yeah, he's had a healthy impact since coming on, Potlongo.
You say he's hungry for goals. He's hungry for goals against Pirates in particular. That is Sam, formerly of Bloemfontein Celtic, where he shot to prominence. Aiming for possession is Potlongo. Wants to get it into the right areas as well. 10 minutes to play. Pirates lead by 2. Awasa could not see that ball to way to keep it in play. In fact, Potlomo's headed goal against Orlando Pirates last season in a 1-1 draw ended up being named TS Galaxy's goal of the season at the club awards. Oh, and that is a little bit of the moisture playing its part in this game, and that has forced a heavy collision. Marks Munyai landed very awkwardly here.
Yeah, he looks to be okay there, Munyai. I was worried about him because he fell awkwardly, Dwayne.
He fell very awkwardly. So Marco just came charging through, but in the wet conditions, this just makes it seem even worse.
Yeah, Marco slipping there uncontrollably. As you mentioned, nothing malicious there, slipped from the conditions. Munyai shaking off that bad landing.
Good news is that he's up. Bad news is holding onto the back of his neck. I feel that
He did feel
whiplash.
he fell on his back, fortunately, not on the neck.
And for Marco, this is of concern for the Buccaneers. The rain continues to come down, although very gently. There was nothing gentle about the collision between the two. Marco had his eye on the ball the entire time. Came in to head that ball away, gets the clearance in, and I can tell you there are a few words being exchanged between the benches at the moment. But, Orlando Pirates and TS Galaxy each have an opportunity to grab a little bit of water, rehydrate. 8 minutes to play, plus some added time before this game ends. Mandla Nyazi. Side leading by 2-0. Their next 5 fixtures, they are in quick succession here until the 16th of Feb. Every 3 days they play. 3 days from now against Swallows, 3 days on from that against Sundowns, 3 days on from that against Gallants and Amazulu, 3 days on from that before they have a very short festive season break. So a yellow card has come out here for Paseka Marco. And Marco has just been walked off. All 5 substitutions have happened for Orlando Pirates, so they wouldn't be able to make a change if required. It's a ball that's whipped in toward the back post, and Punjani knew exactly where it was going, left the ball to fly wide of goal. 6 yellow cards in this match overall. Paseka Marco just getting a yellow card because he wasn't deliberately endangering the safety of his opponent, but perhaps had a disregard for the consequences of him diving in at the feet, for which you can be cautioned. So the referee has judged that to be the situation. It's not based on the impact of Marco's own injury, which he seems to be shrugging off now. He's back on the park. There's Marco. All in here. So free kick going the way of Orlando Pirates. Gwem is displeased by this decision. Hustling Nigerian who led Chippa United's line for a few seasons before making his way to TS Galaxy. TS standing for Tim Sugazi, who bought the status of Cape Town All-Stars in 2015 and moved TS Galaxy to a base in KwaNdebele. Although they largely live and train in Johannesburg, they play their matches at Mbombela Stadium. They play their final match of the year against Stellenbosch at Mbombela Stadium on the 22nd of December. Orlando Pirates have their final match of the year on the 23rd of December. As an indication of their next matches, 2 matches to play. Pirates have 4 to play before the break. It's Arrows away, for which they'll be missing 2 players suspended, although they will welcome back Igor Makitan, who's suspended for today's tie. TS Galaxy have Arrows and Stellenbosch to play in their remaining fixtures. Bongani Sam, just a little touch off the line. Martin Munyae on a yellow card. Just a quick embrace between the 2 players. Nyauza, meanwhile, quick ball off towards Nda. Here's Shandu. He's not only played his part defensively in today's tie. I mean, he's had more shots at goal for Orlando Pirates than TS Galaxy have had on goal. Shandu, he might have a 4th to set up a chance. Martin Munyae, ball will come his way. There are muted appeals from Orlando Pirates for a penalty with Timbikosi Lorch going down to ground. No doubt see that again. Putlongo. You see that to Obas.
You can see that is where TS Galaxy is getting it wrong. Just the entries into the final third there, a lack of creativity, a lack of ideas, and then deciding to play a direct ball to the defenders. It's something that they certainly got wrong this afternoon.
There's Sparrow looking to go around Mawasa, who's dropping back to help out defensively. That's going to be a free kick to TS Galaxy. Sparrow immediately runs in towards the center of the 18-yard area, where he'll be hoping to use his height to TS Galaxy's advantage. You mentioned the minutes in which Wade Lakay has scored for TS Galaxy. He scored in his last 3 games, but never before the 89th minute.
So if I'm Munya, I'll be looking for Lakay right now.
Awasa right at the back, the man who conceded the foul and received a caution for it. The 7th yellow card of this game, 3rd for Orlando Pirates. Guy over this.
I think the spray that he's using is invisible, because as much as he's spraying, I didn't see anything.
The rain is coming down as well. Not ideal for the disappearing spray. It's disappearing rather rapidly, as you say. That's been hit a little too heavy by Munyae. And that needed to be a set-piece opportunity used.
Yeah, I fancied a left footer there, swinging it in because of the conditions. As touch as anybody can find the ball at the back of the net.
So Ramovic, it seems we'll see his side slip to defeat as we enter the final minute of regulation, plus some added time to come. Injury concern here. They both landed awkwardly. Mawasa and Sanoka. And in the wet conditions, just adds to the discomfort. So referee Kumalo is telling Mawasa and Sanoka to both receive treatment outside the boundary lines of the field of play. Marlon Hugh has come out of his 18-yard area to take the set piece, which is awarded to TS Galaxy. And we hit the 90-minute mark. 4 minutes of time has been added on. So Stanton Fredericks Wade Lakay has scored in the 2nd minute of time added on and the 3rd minute of time added on in his last 2 games, after scoring in the 89th minute in the match before that against Cape Town City, scoring that late equaliser. Have you got a feeling that something similar might happen, even if it is just a consolation strike? A late goal from any one of these players on the park.
Yeah.
And he's trying.
He was
gave
listening
that
to you.
nearly everything.
No, he was listening to you, Dwayne. The minute he had an opportunity strike there, a wayward strike, has to be said. That just sums up the day for TS Galaxy. They've been very blunt in front of goal, especially in that final third, and that is Lakay. 3 in the last 3. Still has 3 minutes.
And every so often, and I know this doesn't seem like common sense necessarily. There's Mbujane, who's had basically a day of standing in the rain, taking the very odd ball passed back to him, and 1 save. I tell you, when you're standing in the rain and that's all you see in a game, that is not a particularly enjoyable experience. Simango combining with Obas on the halfway line. TS Galaxy looking for a late strike here. Might set up a tense final few moments of added time. So 2 minutes of time added on remaining here, Stanton Fredericks. Looking back at the 90 minutes, you started off by talking about Pirates' dominance and seeing the result in addition to the performance. Have they done that today?
Yeah, they certainly have. Orlando Pirates, they've been on point. They've worked well, they've worked hard, they've created opportunities, they've taken the opportunities, more importantly. And they certainly managed this lead that they currently have. Here's Galaxy just firing blanks in most departments.
Munyai in the corner flag. Obas. So that danger area again. It's Dooley looking to hold it up. Kay was looking for a ball to come his way. So too is Quim. And now it's a real chance for Pirates on the counter through Lorch. Hugh has come out. It's a little chip. And to add the icing on the cake, it's gone wide from Lorch. Could so easily have been his return goal. There's still plenty of options. Didn't need to go for that option.
Yeah, it was a brilliant ball played into space. I think the first time effort from Lorch wasn't the answer there. I think a bit of match sharpness a bit lacking there, but I think he'll be happy just to be back on the field. It could have been 2-2. Last kick of the game against Amazulu. He could have gotten a goal again this evening.
Real chance here. Siyabonga Mbujane has been drawn into the occasion. He makes the save. Parries it away. Still alive for TS Galaxy. Sida brings it into Ndwandwe, who goes with a left-footed drive that Nyauza steers away. And then a ball that looked to be whipped in with pace that Mbujane recovers. Well, final few moments. TS Galaxy could have had something on consolation against Pirates late on here.
I tell you what, it was that man Lakay again. A brilliant save from Mbujane.
That is the end of this titanic tussle that it has become for TS Galaxy. It is a disappointing match away from home again. Orlando Pirates, though, back to winning ways at home. They've now claimed their 3rd win of the season at home. It's 12 points at home, and they find themselves up to 2nd place from 7th, courtesy of this win. It's by 2-0 for TS Galaxy. Disappointment at the result. Uli Sandar gets to celebrate. It's a 4th clean sheet in the last 5 games for Orlando Pirates. And that will be a mark that they would be rather pleased with. As Potlongo failed to score against Orlando Pirates, who beat TS Galaxy for the first time. And what a win, an important win in the context of the season. And for TS Galaxy, A disappointing result as they remain without a point away from home throughout this campaign so far.